Hey guys, Zen here. Welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna go over over 100 custom Gen 8 concepts, including Galar and Hisui. I did not create any of these cards. In fact, this was created by community member I Am Divine. Massive shout out to them for creating this and asking me to review and just go over it on stream, make it into a video. That's exactly what we're doing today. I'm excited because I've already got a few sneak peeks into that EX Grimmsnarl, and just from that one card alone, I am beyond excited. Also, Hisui Pokemon, yes please. I would love to see that. So if you guys are also equally excited, don't forget to like the button, consider subscribing for more content like this, and let's hop right into it. Again, huge shout out to I Am Divine. So it looks like the two packs that they're going for here is Eternitus, I can never say the name right, and then Enamorous. Surprisingly, I can. And the first Pokemon you see here is Hisui Voltorb. Let me switch it up right there. You get the full screen. All right, guys, you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. Okay, so it says Hisui Voltorb, 50 HP, Solar Generation. Take a grass energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. Okay, this is literally the Execute from Mythical Island, but better, dude. But better because it's a colorless generation. You can literally slot this into any deck. You guys might already know this, am a huge fan of these types of cards. Like imagine if Manaphy was colorless. You can literally put that in a Dragonite only lightning energy deck. It would be busted, absolutely busted. Colorless, amazing. Maybe the fact that it's colorless makes it a bit too strong, but also let's not forget about the retreat cost right here. That's a 2 retreat cost on a basic, so you're pretty much giving up a point. I kind of like that trade-off right there. Okay, I think that's a good trade-off. Moving on, the next one. Oh, how do I do this? We'll just do it this way. Perfect. Hisui Electrode, 90 HP, 2 colorless, just kidding, 2 grass energy, Chloroblast, 80. This Pokemon also does 10 damage to itself. Interesting. It also retreats for 2, which is honestly kind of interesting because it's like a contrast to the Lightning Electrode, which retreats for free from Genetic Apex. I think this is pretty solid. 80 turns into 100 into something like Darkrai or Weavile. So I think it does have some merit. I think its pre-evolution is actually way stronger in terms of its effect. It enables so many other archetypes and decks. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good trade-off and honestly a really good start to this entire set. Next up, we have a new Scyther. Because the old one, do we have 1 or 2 Scythers? Not that great. Okay, so again, 2 retreat costs, 90 energy. 2 retreat cost, 90 HP. I can't talk today, apparently. You flip 3 coins for 2 colorless. Fury Cutter, 20 plus. If one of them is heads, this attack does 20 more damage. If 2 of them are heads, this attack does 40 more damage. If all of them are heads, this attack does 60 more damage. I think the wording of this could be a little bit different, like for each heads increase by 20 or something. So that way it doesn't have to say the whole thing over and over again. But that's a pretty strong ability for 2 colorless. I think I like this one. I think this is a pretty good one too. I like the art, honestly. Moving on to a Petlil. Now, I know for a fact we already have this, so let's see if this one's better. Flip a coin. If heads, the opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed for a single grass energy on a basic. That's phenomenal. Considering you could also evolve this into the regular Lilligant, right? But here's the Hisuian Lilligant for 120, 1 grass energy, 2 colorless, Victory Dance, 70 plus. Oh, if you played a supporter card from your hand during this turn, this attack does 70 more damage. Nah, this might be busted. This is stronger than Meowscarada, and it literally says, hey, yo, hit him with a Sabrina or Cyrus and just destroy them, right? You might even be more likely to save your professor researchers in order to use this. 160 with red is crazy. I didn't even think about that because you have to use red first, right? Oh, that's so good. Mind you guys, I do have to point out these cards were submitted to me back in March before Shining Revelry came out. In fact, I was supposed to react to this so much sooner. Again, shout out to I'm Divine. But because of the new set, you know, this got pushed back. So thankfully, we're able to do this now. So this is before even knowing red existed. So this is kind of sick. Erica works too. Oh, so many things work. I really like this. The retreat cost. I like the fact that a lot of these Pokemon have higher retreat costs. It feels like a nice trade-off. All right, here's some fun stuff. Here we have a Rowlet. With U-turn, switch this Pokemon with one. It's essentially Magikarp, right? Pretty solid. 1 retreat. I like it. Dartrix, colorless energy, Razor Leaf for 30. Now you're probably wondering, why are they both colorless? There is a reason, because if we keep moving forward, you'll notice there's no Decidueye, at least not yet. Remember, Hisuian variants. This is not a Lola, this is Hisui. We're taking into consideration Hisui, right? So let's check out Grookey here. Branch Poke for 42 energy, not too bad. This is pretty solid. This is pretty standard across grass type starter Pokemon. Pretty exciting. Thwackey, 100 HP, low kick for 2. I feel like the name could be different. Like, I don't know if low kick for grass makes sense, maybe like Razor Leaf, but hey, yo, that's like a super tiny thing to pick on, right? 60 damage for 3 energy, 2 grass, 1 colorless makes sense. Retreats for 2. I think the 100 HP makes a lot. Yeah, Grass Knight might be a better name right here. But again, I'm just like nitpicking. And then we have Baby Rillaboom. And I say baby because you guys will find out in a quick second. Rillaboom here is 150, Hammer Arm for 2 grass, 2 colorless, does 150 and deals 30 damage to itself. Now, maybe this should have been 120, I think, potentially, because of the Rillaboom EX right here. This thing is phenomenal. This might be the strongest HP Pokemon we've ever seen. What do you guys think? And the reason I said the other one should have been 120 is because here Wood Hammer essentially does the same thing, but hurts you a little bit more at the trade-off of needing another electric energy. I'm really on one today. A grass energy. So I think 150-50 here, and then potentially a 120-30 here would make sense. 200 does seem pretty tanky. I don't know if we'll ever see a 200. Maybe Eternatus. I still can't say that Pokemon's name. I could see that guy being a 200 HP. But maybe 190 here. Grassy Glide is pretty solid, and Woodhammer I think is pretty solid. And then on top of that, here's the Rainbow Full Art. We're gonna be rating these. I think this is a solid 10 out of 10 right here. This is beautiful. This is a great card. It has the full line. You guys know how much I love this. I love when they incorporate the full line in their full arts. But it retreats for 4. That is the trade-off of having the highest HP means I think the 4 retreat cost is very much needed. Maybe you play this with Superior, honestly. I genuinely don't know. All right, moving on to a Blip Bug right here. This thing is a standard, just regular bug Pokemon. Recover 10, heals 10 damage from this Pokemon. That's pretty solid. It's like Piplup, the one from Space Time Smackdown, except it actually does damage, so I'm a fan of that. Then we have Adultler here. For Light Screen during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 30 damage from attacks. Now, on paper, that sounds really good, actually. This sounds very strong, actually, because you reduce 30, right? This going into something like Dialga Ramp, they do nothing to you, but they can ramp their bench. You take 0 damage, and then you evolve into Orbeetle for 140. And then on top of that, it has Magic Coat. Oh no, this is great. This would be so... Okay, I really like this. I really like Orbeetle. It counters Darkrai tremendously. Now, the Magic Coat doesn't mean it's not going to take the 20 damage from Darkrai, right? Because Darkrai, that's an ability effect, but from attacks, it'll take 60 instead of the 80 from Darkrai's attack, which honestly might keep it alive in the long run, and then also being able to dish out 100 damage because of the weakness into Darkrai. So I'm going to push these cards against the actual meta cards and see how they would compete with, right? And I think this is honestly a W. I could see this being a very strong, potentially maybe off-meta deck if this existed, right? This is pretty cool. Next up, we have Gossifleur. I think I said that right. Synthesis heals 30 damage from this Pokemon. Nothing crazy there. Retreats for 2. A lot of high retreats here. What are they, fighting type Pokemon? What is this, a Machop? Then we have Eldegoss for 100 HP. Pollen Puff heals 20 from each of your Pokemon. I love this because it's canon, right? This is lore accurate. This is all this does. This is a supporter card and it deals the 60 damage. This is kind of nuts. This is crazy. This is, what is it? The psychic type fairy Flabébé evolution. Am I correct in thinking that it's similar to that Pokemon? Florges. Yeah, that's the name. And then we have Zarude, 100 HP, Solar Blade for 90. This Pokemon can't be affected by any special conditions. Move over, Arceus. There's a new sheriff in town. I like it. I like this a lot, actually. This feels highly appropriate and super balanced. And we're not done yet. Looks like we have Calyrex, which is a grass type. Interesting choice here, considering I don't actually think this is a Pokemon that you can, like, can you catch Calyrex? Is Calyrex even a grass type? I don't even think it's in the official like Pokemon decks. It's just part of the fusions. Am I wrong? I can't remember actually. Wait, it is. It's a grass type. It's psychic grass. Oh, I didn't even know that, guys. I genuinely did not know that. I know the horses and the fusions. I didn't know that this was its standalone Pokemon. I genuinely did not know that. That's awesome. So it has magical leaf for 1 grass and 2 colorless, 50 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage and heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. So it deals more damage and it heals. Love it tremendously. And this is so good. All right, now we're moving on to the next type. Fire type. Cyndaquil, colorless smoke screen. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack, flip a coin. It's essentially what I think Vulpix does, right? But it has it does what Magmortar and the Mythical Island Weezing does, but it also deals damage, right? And remember, it's colorless here. I wonder why, guys. Quilava is also colorless for 2 colorless Lava Plume. I wonder if there's a reason. Moving on, we're going straight to Score Bunny. Maybe, who knows? Score Bunny here does Flame Charge for 20. That's pretty good. Raboot here does Combustion 50. That seems honestly pretty strong for 2 energy, but honestly, we'll take it. And then we have Cinderace. Pyro Ball, 100 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. For 3 energy, that seems really strong, actually. That seems like you build this on the bench, it comes out, it only costs you, and there's no real downside, right? Where a lot of fire types are like, you have to discard energies. Thank you for adding the cards concept, the command, because a lot of people are going to ask if it's real. And then we have Cinderace EX, 170, feels good. Blaze, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon burn. That's so good. That's so cracked. Oh man, Blaze Kick for 120. No, I'm sorry. If this card existed, one of 2 things would happen. It would 100% be a new meta card, right? Or 2, Arceus stocks would go up tremendously. Yeah, Cinderace. That's how you say it. Cinderace. Okay, it's French, guys. Here's the full art. Again, I love it. It's so cute. Honestly, I might like this one a little bit more than Rillaboom. Huge fan of this one. Huge fan. Moving on, here we go. We have Sizzlipede, Leech Life. It heals, heal from this Pokemon the same amount of damage you did to your opponent's active Pokemon. So think Kabutops, but as a basic Pokemon with colorless energy. All right. And then we have Center Scorch, which might be, like I like the other Center Scorch a bit more, right? The one that discards energy, but to each their own. Center Scorch was actually one of my first favorite bug type Pokemon. So I'm a huge fan of this Pokemon in general, but I just feel like the Genetic Apex card is better in terms of the attack. Maybe this retreats better, actually. I don't know. I don't actually know. But either way, 150, if you're able to get this online with something like a Moltres, you'd be able to just destroy your opponents. All right, looks like we're moving on to water. Galarian Mr. Mime. Oh, here does the fun begins, guys. Better Torterra. Honestly, you might be right. So this is a flip a coin. If heads, the defending Pokemon is now asleep. For 1 water energy. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Galarian Mr. Rime. Here's a Pokemon I actually forgot about. If this Pokemon is confused, flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from end effects of attacks done to this card or done to this Pokemon. I'm sorry. I have to. What? If this Pokemon is confused, flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage. So you have to be confused. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if there are cards. Maybe there are cards like tools or supporters that actually confuse your Pokemon, right? If that's the case, I can see this being a very strong card to counter that, but we don't know yet. I genuinely don't know because I didn't try to take too much. I didn't try to peek too much into this, right? So Frost Smash for 80, 1 water, 2 colorless. That seems pretty good. All right, Oshawott, colorless Razor Shell 10. Cool. Dewott, Brine, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon that has damage on it. This attack does 40 damage to that Pokemon. So this is kind of like a Cyrus. Nah, this is crazy right here. This effect is kind of amazing right here. You don't even need Cyrus. You get this online and you could do this, which means I can't wait to see what it evolves into and what the attacks are. Hisuian, Basculin, Water Gun for 50. Nothing crazy here. Wait, Legion. Okay, here's another one. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. I think that's super balanced. A 1 energy invested Pokemon, you have to guarantee every single turn, but on top of that, you're guaranteed to dish 60. This is perfection, in my opinion. I love this card. This is a card that I would play in Master Rank 110% of the time. Then we have Galarian Darumaka. Okay, Ice Punch, nothing crazy here. Retreats for 1, pretty good. Then we have Galarian Darmanitan, Ice Fang. Flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. And discard a random energy card attached to... Oh, this is too strong. You can't paralyze and discard. I mean, you might be able to. I'm just saying that might be a little bit too much. That might feel like it's a bit too much, in my opinion. Then we have a Bergmite here. Break open 10 damage. If your opponent has a Pokemon tool in play, discard it. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Oh, that's good. If your opponent has a tool, oh, that's so good, especially in the meta where they play like Darkrai or what is it? Help me out here. The Drud with Rocky Helmet. That's so good. So good. Help me counter them. And I'm not gonna lie again. I'm probably gonna shout you out throughout this video, Divine. I'm Divine, but you popped off, man. These are phenomenal concepts that I hope if Dina ever watches any of my videos, Team Rocket Grunt may, huh? If they watch any of my videos, maybe they'll watch this one and grab some of these ideas and concepts, because these are phenomenal cards, man. These are really good. Hisuian Avalugg, Rumbling March 60 plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each stage 1 Pokemon on your bench. A whole nother effect that we have yet to even touch in Pokemon Pocket. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. So like it kind of incentivizes you to run not just basic Pokemon in your deck. Like don't just run an Articuno deck. That's pretty good. It incentivizes deck building to get a bit more creative. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, this is weak to metal type. Next up is Sobble. Or little guy, Tearful Look. Flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon can attack during your opponent's next turn. Then we got Drizzle here, Rain Dance, nothing crazy, 40 damage. And then we got a Baby Inteleon here. This one actually is pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. Liquidation for 2 energy, deals 80, okay? During your next turn, the defending Pokemon takes 40 more damage. So think Togekiss, okay? But it goes from 80 to 120. As long as it's that defending Pokemon, I believe. Like if they switch out, I'm not sure if liquidation procs still. So this is still really cool. I think this is a really cool card. Oh my god, Inteleon EX. 160 snipe shot. Oh, this is beautiful. I was actually looking at this earlier, guys. I really want to know what you guys think about this. The retreat cost is 0, which is similar to Infernape, right? Discard 2 water energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This is a snipe shot. You just snipe them in the back. They're trying to build, they're trying to ramp their cards. They're not doing that in this meta. Now you're probably wondering, discard 2 water energy doesn't sound that great. Might I remind you that Manaphy and Vaporeon exist, okay? So you can literally just ramp right back to 2, shoot him again, right back to 2, shoot him again, right back to 2, shoot him again. Misty's like a flip, right? A 50-50. But if you ramp with Manaphy early on, and then go into this, you could just start sniping. And Dawn, exactly. Dawn exists. Oh my god, this Dina. If you're watching and you're gonna give us Galarian Pokemon, this needs to happen. Inteleon EX would be the most. I think it's actually pretty balanced too, to be honest. Dare I say, Pikachu does one-shot this, but so do we. If Pikachu's in the active spot with a red, they're not doing. They're dead. Okay, this is amazing. All right, let's keep it going. Here's the full art, which again is phenomenal. It makes its fins look like hair. All right, we're going to new Shoodle, Jaw Lock. During your opponent's next turn, they can't retreat. This is strong right here. This is so strong, especially if your opponent starts off with a lead that is unfavorable and they're looking to leaf themselves out to safety. Jaw Lock might be exactly the play. Then we have Dreadnought here. Shell Armor, take minus 30 damage from attacks. Waterfall 50 for 2 water energy. Pretty solid. I like it. Ramharant, love this Pokemon in Unite, I'll tell you that much. Hurricane 30x. Flip 4 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. I'm a fan. I'm not against it. This is phenomenal. This guy, the art on the Cramorant is really good. He really, you know why? Because he's always hitting heads. He's never not hitting heads here, guys. Arukuda, call for family, put 1 random. Oh, I like this. It's like Weedle, right? Bro created Weedle, the new Weedle, before the new Weedle came out. Like, I need you guys to understand, like, this is crazy. This is so good. Oh my god, this is so good. And then let's see, Barraskewda. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned with Poison Jab. That's not bad. 2 energy. I feel like there's other attacks that it could have had. Poison. Does this Pokemon actually do poison? I don't actually know. Then we have Snom. For colorless, they sleep the opposing Pokemon. This Pokemon is... No, just kidding. For colorless, you go to sleep. And then we have Frostmoth here. I'm not sure you would ever want to do this. Unless you have a Lumberry, right? You Lumberry your Snom. You hit him for 20 on turn 1. And then you evolve and you go into 50. So that's potentially 70. That's pretty interesting. And then we have SQ here. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon for 3 water energy. It does have 120 HP, which is pretty respectable. Ooh, we're going into some of the fossils. So before even reading this card, I feel like Dracovish needs to be one of the stronger cards because in the VGC, it was like one of the strongest cards, right? Primal Law, as long as this Pokemon's in the active... Oh, it's literally Aerodactyl. Your opponent can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve their active Pokemon. Interesting. And then Vicious Rend for 100. This is literally Aerodactyl, okay? However, you don't give your opponent 2 points. You guys say kind of bad. This is better. What are you talking about? It's literally stronger for 1 extra energy, and you don't give your opponent 2 points. And it does what Aerodactyl... I think it's better. I think you guys might be okay with giving your opponent 2 points. I think this is better. However, it does need to be in the active spot, right? I don't think Aerodactyl needs to be in the active spot. I see what you're saying. So like a bench warmer, I feel like it's a nice trade-off in a sense of pricing. Then we have Arctovich. Giga Impact 80 can attack the following turn. Seems about right. What? Rapid Strike Urshifu. Aqua Jet 60. Flip a coin if heads. This attack. This does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This is a stage 1 too. And then we have Glastrier. 110 Ice Beam 60. Flip a coin. Essentially does what the Articuno, baby Articuno from Genetic Apex does. Yamper. All right, looks like we're going into another typing, guys. And Yamper is one of my favorites, so I need you all to like pop off right now. Wild Charge, 10 plus, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. It's a lightning type Ponyta. I like it. All right, let me see this Boltund. Your active Pokemon can't be asleep. Okay, so that you put this with a Snom. You play this with a Snom, right? Potentially? I don't know. I think Boltund is pretty good. Giga Impact for 83 colorless. You could essentially put this into any deck. It can stay on your bench and it literally prevents you from going to sleep. I think that's pretty solid. And I'm so thankful that my boy here, Boltund, has an ability that allows him. Your active Pokemon can't... Snorlax, you guys are right, dude. This is busted. Again, this was created before Snorlax, I believe, right? No, did Snorlax come out of the Arceus pack or did Snorlax come with the Shining Revelry? No, it was the Arceus pack. Never mind. So this did come out after Snorlax. Okay. Next up, we have the cutest thing ever, Toxel, right here. Look at this little guy just hanging out in a diaper, I believe. It does what Cubone does, growl, and then it goes into toxicity. I think I said it right. Oh my God, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Background kind of bounces off the colors here. Sludge Bomb. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Sir, that is beyond busted. Oh my God, 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. To each of them. For 3 energy, there's no other move in the game that does this and poisons. This is so good and it only costs 1 prize point if you lose it. This is so good. Anyone who says otherwise, tell me you guys don't understand cards. All right, Pincushion. Next up is Pincushion. Thunder for 30 plus, flip a coin. Oh, Misty, where are you? Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 30 more damage for each heads. This is a basic Pokemon. I'm so glad that it requires 3 energy for this because this is so crazy. This is crazy, bro. Next up is Morpeko, linear attack. It's what Garchomp does. I love it. This is solid. This is pretty good. Draco Zolt. Sandrush, if this Pokemon has any fighting energy attached, it has a 0 retreat cost, rising voltage. Not too bad. Not sure why it would have any fighting unless we're getting fighting ramp. You guys, we'll see. Arco Zolt. If this Pokemon has any water energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. Okay. Bolt Beak. This might be the better version, to be honest. 70 damage, huh? Morpeko doesn't one-shot Magikarps, if that's what you guys were thinking. Because if the Magikarp is on the bench, the weakness still doesn't apply. It only applies to the active slot. Next up is a Regieleki, Lightning Wall, 60 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 60 less damage from attacks. Oh my god, this is like Golem. This is canon. This is lore accurate. I love this. This is so good. 60 less damage is crazy. Like, you would need to hit it for 170 to one-shot it after you get hit with this. This is pretty good. It's math. Math be math. And next up, we're in psychic territory, guys. Get ready, because I do believe we're going to be seeing our first Hisuian evolution to one of the starters. All right, first up is Galarian Ponyta. I need to go put on a nose strip. I can't breathe again. It's always around this time of day. I'll be right back, guys. I'm so sorry. Give me 2 seconds and we'll continue. A little short break. All right, sorry about that, guys. Oh my god. I can breathe again. All right, I can breathe now. Galarian Ponyta, 60 HP, 30 damage with tackle, nothing too crazy. What does Galarian Rapidash do? Hypnosis with damage, and you sleep your opponents. So like having a Boltund on your bench would be pretty good with this. Next up, we have Galarian Slowpoke, 70 HP, Amnesia. Choose one of the defending Pokemon's attacks. That Pokemon can't use. Oh my god, yes. I love this idea. I love this idea. Mewtwo in the active spot, you bring this guy and say, hey, that Psy attack, Psy shot, you can't do that. Not today. That's so good. That's so good. I love this. I don't think you could play this with Blaine, though. The Rapidash, by the way. Coughing, suspicious gas. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. I guess if you're going into Mr. Rhyme, right? Galarian, Mr. Rhyme, that could be kind of good. Galarian Wheezing. I feel like this should have had an ability that says all other. I think because of neutralizing gas, I feel like this ability should have been like, if this Pokemon's in the active spot, no other ability exists, right? I think that would have been a really interesting effect. Anyway, this is still good. Let's see. Severe poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Dude, oh my god, severe poison. No one is surviving. Do 40 damage to this Pokemon. They're taking 80 damage by the time it's your turn again. Never mind. Never mind. I'm a huge fan. This is better than my idea. If this guy just pops, they have to retreat. You are pretty much saying your Pokemon has to retreat. Like the opponent's active Pokemon, they have to retreat or else. Like they're probably going to lose it the following turn. It does no damage, except that does do damage. So like, yeah, it's kind of sick. All right, next up, Galarian Articuno. This is our first bird. Okay. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, once during your turn, you may search for one random psychic Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Oh, this is pretty good. I like the fact that you added random because it seems consistent with the idea behind Pokemon Pocket not letting you choose which like cards you can actually pick. So that's really cool. I mean, if you're running this with something like Mewtwo Gardevoir, right, that could be very helpful. But however, this needs to be in the active spot. Freezing Glare is 70 for 3 energy, not too bad. And the moment you've all been waiting for, Hisuian Typhlosion. HP 140, petrifying flame. 90 for 2 psychic and 1 colorless. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and then shuffles it into their deck. Honestly, not too bad. Seems pretty balanced. That seems like exactly the type of troll card that I would love a Hisuian Typhlosion to have. Next up is Galarian Corsola. Nature Power. Take a psychic energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your psychic bench Pokemon. So this is Manaphy? I think this is just Manaphy here, right? So Mewtwo's even better than what it already is. Mewtwo's already really great. Let's see what Galarian Corsola does. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat, but this doesn't do any damage. Is that on purpose? Divine? I feel like Corner should have at least some damage. With Wheezing? Yeah, but Wheezing has to attack 60 damage. Okay, so this does do 60 damage. It just doesn't have it on here. That makes sense. Oh, I completely forgot about this guy. Hisuian Zorora. Hone Claws 20 during your next turn. This Pokemon's Hone Claws attack does 20 plus 20 damage. All right, it's pretty good. It's like Togekiss, right? But for plus 20. Let's see. Wait, where is it? Oh, is it a different typing? Are we going to see the evolution later? I guess so. I thought we were going to see it next. I'm telling you guys, even I'm surprised. We're not even halfway. You guys, we're not even halfway. This might be one of the longer ones. I'm so excited. Synestia, Lulling Sip. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Lulling Sip. Not too bad. Again, Boltund would counter that pretty well. It might be colorless. I think it probably is color. Yeah, it's normal type. Okay. Poltergeist. 40x. Your opponent reveals their hand. Oh, your opponent reveals their hand. This attack does 40 damage for each supporter card you find there. This is so good. This is so good. This easily counters 18 trainer decks. Yup, exactly. Kyle got it. I love this. They're like, oh, you're playing 18 trainers? Must be nice. Bam. So good. So good. All right, next we're going into Hatina. Disarming Voice, Hatterim. Healing Wish, heals for 40, heals for 20, but deals 40 damage. That's what I meant. And then we have Hatterade. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. There's a lot of confusion here, which makes sense. 80 damage. And no worries, Hitmonlee. Welcome on in, man. And then we have Milcery. I actually have no idea how to pronounce this. I don't think I've ever caught this Pokemon in the actual game. And it has the move Lead. Search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Phenomenal. Phenomenal lead, actually. I can see why we called it that. What do you guys think? No damage is more than fine because now you can find your supporter cards that you need. Like, let's imagine you're looking for a Cyrus that wins you the game. Well, you pivot into this guy, you find your Cyrus, and then you're good. Alcremie here, Sugary Sprinkles. Heal 30 damage from each of your benched Pokemon. Again, no real damage, but like you get the heal from your own for only 1 psychic energy. That's pretty good. Oh my god, there's an EX, guys. I did not know this. Let's find out. Alcremie EX. Whip Delight for 80 damage, 3 energy, 160 HP. However, the ability Aromatherapy, once during your turn, you may heal 30 damage from each of your benched Pokemon. It's oh my god, bro! Bro, this is Irida. This is Irida, but in an ability. This is a continuous, almost infinite Irida right here. This is so good. Mewtwo, Giratina are eating really nicely right now. However, this only heals from your benched Pokemon, so it doesn't heal from your active. It can be activated from the bench. What I imagine is you play this with something like, I don't know, Mewtwo or Giratina, but also fossils, right? Or maybe even something else where you retreat into the fossil, you activate this ability, you discard the fossil tech, Leafeon 16 trainer fossil tech, anybody? And then this comes back in, or the Pokemon that just got healed comes back in and goes crazy. Oh, and there's a full art, guys. Check it out. A beautiful full art. And then we have Spectrier. Curse Deeply, 60 damage. Flip a coin if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Definitely a lot of confusion here. Enamorous, Loving Sympathy, 60 plus. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 60 more damage. I'm a fan. That's so unique. What do you guys think? Loving Sympathy, 60 plus is kind of sick. It's an interesting idea. It forces players who never quote unquote hand tracked their opponent to actually start thinking of that concept. Like, oh, I actually need to know how many cards my opponent has in their hand. That's actually a pretty advanced technique or just way of playing that a lot of other more in-depth card games do. For the one I'm thinking of specifically is Dragon Ball Fusion World. There's a specific archetype that deals with the whole thing is like, how many cards do you have in your hand? And then these effects can happen, right? 7 or less. But anyway, I think this is a pretty cool card. Oh, and there's an EX variant. Dude, I love this. You did such a good job creating this. This looks so real. Alluring Voice does 20 damage. Move over Palkia. There's a new sheriff in town. It does 10 less damage than Palkia, but still, having a 1 energy attack on an EX basic is pretty solid. And then we have Love Resonance, 100 plus. If any of your Pokemon in play are the same type as any of your opponent's Pokemon in play. Bro, what? This attack does 40 more damage? Nah, this is crazy. Yeah, guys, these aren't real. These are all just custom concept cards created by I Am Divine from Discord. And they sent it to me about a month ago to react to them. And we're finally now having the time to, go through them and check them out. So shout out to them again. This is phenomenal. So this is the immersive Enamorous. Bro, I wonder what this art does. That's pretty cool. All right, looks like we're going into fighting type, guys. Get ready. I hope to see some ramp. I'll be the happiest camper alive if we see some ramp here. Okay. Heat Wave, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned for 1 energy. Colorless, pretty good. Hisui and Arcanine, 130 HP for 1 fighting, 2 colorless. Will-O-Wisp, 60 plus. If this Pokemon has any fire energy attached, this attack does 50 more damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Interesting concept. It's like promoting more dual energy decks. It's pretty cool. Here we go. Galarian Zapdos, 100 HP. Retreats for 3. I feel like this guy's so fast. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot once during your turn, you may search for one. Oh, so it does the exact same thing as the Articuno, but for fighting type Pokemon. That's interesting. Oh, dude, it's pretty nuts. Oh man, this is kind of good. Like, I feel like both the Articuno and the Galarian Zapdos could work in a Gallade deck where you just play them first, right? One after the other. In order to find your Gallade, ramp your Gallade, let these two go down, and then Gallade comes in and just crushes. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of setup there, and Gallade already is pretty good. Yeah, maybe. All right, Galarian Farfetch'd. Final Gambit, 20 damage. Flip 2 coins. If both of them are tails, this Pokemon does 20 damage to itself. I love it. I'm not even mad. Galarian Surfetch'd, 130. Leak Strike, 70 plus. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, this attack does 50 more damage. Wow. Okay. So like, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about this real quick. That's 120. That's 140 with Lucario. That's 160 with 2 Lucarios. That's 180 with 2 Lucarios and a red. Kind of nuts. Galarian Yamask. I forgot this thing existed. Astonish confuses your opponent's Pokemon. And then Galarian Rooney Regis. Energy Press. This is colorless, so you can essentially put this into any deck, guys. This attack does 10 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's like Psychic. That's pretty good. Hisuian Decidueye. Here it is, guys. For all those that were waiting for this card, Hisuian Decidueye is here. Somersault Feathers, 100 damage. You may discard up to 3 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy you discarded in this way. Interesting. It doesn't say you have to discard fighting energy. Okay. So I still hope there's some sort of fighting ramp, but I don't know. This seems kind of scary. Seems a little scary. Let's look at Roly-Coly right here. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, switch your opponent's active Pokemon to the... Okay. This is literally a prime catcher from the official TCG, no? Rapid Spin. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, your opponent chooses. So it's like, it's a free Sabrina. I think this is pretty good. I think this is a pretty solid effect right here. Carkol. Explosion. This Pokemon does 20 damage to itself, so it doesn't actually knock out itself. That's pretty good. Boulder Crash for Colossal. 120 plus. If this Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 50 more. Oh my god. 170? Oh, this thing's busted. Oh, guys. No. This thing is going to crush tournaments. Give it a cape. Let it get online. It is easily 2-tapping everything. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. We need more representation in fighting. Silicobra. Bulldoze for 20, not too crazy. Sandaconda, Dustville, as long as this Pokemon's in the active spot, if the defending Pokemon tries to attack, your opponent has to flip a coin. If tails, the attack does nothing. Oh, that's strong. That's pretty good. I'm a fan. Does it have ramp though? I don't know. We're going through the fighting types. Clobopus, Bind. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. I like it. Grapplocked. This Pokemon can't be paralyzed. That's pretty good. Honestly, this might be better than the original one that we have. This is only 2 energy, and it retreats for 2. And it has a pretty solid ability. Not that it's going to like come in handy all the time, but it's pretty good, right? Next up is Phalanx right here. If you don't have any Pokemon EX on your bench, this attack does 70 more damage. So you're telling me you gave us Meowscarada before they gave us Meowscarada. That's crazy. Just let that sink in, guys. Now, it's not exactly like Meowscarada, but it kind of is with the numbers. For 3 fighting, I really hope there's ramp. Oh my god, there's an EX, guys. Phalanx EX 130. It's a basic. Retreats for 3. Mega Horn, 100 damage. I don't know if you could see that. It says 100. For 2 fighting and 2 colorless. But it also has the ability Battle Hardened. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may attach up to 2 fighting energy. It does. We have ramp. We have ramp. I love it. But you have to play from your hand to your bench. Use this with Dawn to ramp. Oh, you're right, dude. This with Dawn is pretty good. This with Dawn would be pretty neat. And then here's the full art. The rainbow board. Honestly, this one might be my favorite. It's just the ones that tell a story. You know, the ones that tell a story are the ones that I really enjoy. Stone Journer. Rock Throw for 50 for 2. This Pokemon takes 20 less. Honestly, that's pretty strong. Pretty good meta right there. And then we have Kubfu. Rock Smash for 20. Cleavor. I completely forgot this Pokemon existed. Rock Slide. This attack does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Oh, that's so strong. That's too good. That's way too good. And now we're getting into the darkness type, guys. I hope you're excited because things are going to get pretty crazy right now. Galarian Slowbro, 130 HP, Shell Sidearm, 70 damage for 2 darkness and 1 colorless energy. You flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. It's pretty solid. But here's the Galarian Slowking with World of Ruin. If the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Dialga, Darkrai, Giratina, Arceus, Palkia, Articuno. Y'all can't do anything to my man Galarian Slowking right here. He really is the king. Nah, this one, he really is the king. I love this. I'm a huge fan. The meta counter that we deserve. And it 2-taps exactly. It's so good. Galarian Moltres does the exact same thing that the other ones do, I'm guessing. Once they're search for a darkness random, and then Nasty Plot for 70. That's pretty good. That is pretty solid. Hisuian Quillfish, I forgot about this guy. Poison Sting, poisons for 20. Hisuian Overquill, 120 Gunk Shot, 80 for 3 darkness. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Hisuian Sneasel, you guys, colorless, and it does 20 damage for slash. Sneasler, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 less. Oh, this is so strong, especially for all of our Pokemon that already has. Dude, if you have a Shaman, or if you have 2 of these, all your Pokemon can just pivot for free. This is so good, actually. This is better than Shaman, and I think that's okay because this is a stage 1, and Shaman is a basic, so it needs to have that nerf of saying only basic Pokemon. Yeah, this is such a better card. I'm a huge fan. Galarian Zigzagoon. Lick, flip a coin. If heads, they're paralyzed for 10. And then Linoon. Isn't there another evolution? Extreme Speed for 3 energy. 2 darkness, 1 colorless for 70. And then, yeah, there it is. Obstagoon. Stomping Tantrum, 90 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, bro, 150. So you're telling me you Rocky Helmet these 2, right? And then once you get here, bro, 150? Oh yeah, you throw this in with Darkrai, and this is insane, actually. Now, I haven't complained about any card, but I feel like this one was too strong. It is a stage 2, though, so maybe that's okay. All right, guys, are you ready for the Hisuian Samurott? Ceaseless Edge for 150 HP and 90 damage, 2 energy only. Attach a darkness energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. What? I love this guy. This is easily the best one out of the 3 that I've seen because Ramp is just so good. I love it. And it has a 0 retreat cost. Thank you for pointing that out. I missed it. That's really strong. Then we have this little guy, the little fox. Snarl for 20 during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon takes 20 damage. So what is this? It's like Togekiss. Then we have Thievul, 100 HP, Mind Jack, 10 plus. This deck does 30 more damage for each of your... Oh, so it's similar to the Bahiam Pokemon. Nothing crazy there. Impidimp. Okay, now we're getting into the card that I'm really excited about. It was actually on the thumbnail. I'm sure you guys already saw it. Risk Taker. Flip a coin. If heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. If tails, discard the top card of your... Listen, I'm not mad at that. Listen, I literally have a coin in my hand right now. I'll be flipping it all day. You guys think I'm not... I practice my coin flips for Misty every day. Tails, awesome. All right, let's keep going. Story of my life. Morgrim. Big Tears, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent can't use any supporter cards during their next turn, and any damage done to Morgrim is reduced by 30. Baby Grimmsnarl. Strange Holder Master. Strange Holder Master? Brangle? I don't know. I can't read sometimes. As long as this Pokemon's in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 more. So if they're 4, does that mean they go to 6? Because holy crap. 2 more is so good. And then we have Focus Punch here. Imagine a mirror match. So we both have 6 retreat cost. Strangely Good. Oh, I thought you were telling me I butchered that name so bad. I was like, yo, I did not see Strangely. Oh my god, I need help. And then here we go. Grimmsnarl EX. This card is a masterpiece. I need to ask you, how did you do this with all the extra effects. Where do you get all the cool effects to do all this extra stuff? It's really cool. Really cool. You might have to teach me so that way I can improve my own EX Pokemon concepts. All right, it says long hair shot. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each darkness energy attached to this Pokemon. Love this attack. Love it tremendously. And then superpower is really nice too. This is literally linear attack, but you can probably one-shot something. Now, I would be a Grimmsnarl EX main 110%. Let's say you have 4 energy on this, right? What is that? 120 on their bench? Let's say you have 5. Let's say your Samurott is ramping this guy to 5 energy. Well, he comes in and just one-shots anything that's at 140. I love that. And then here's the full art. It's so cute. Single strike Urshifu. Dark Pulse. This attack does 30 damage for each energy attached to all of your Pokemon. All of your Pokemon, guys. All of your Pokemon. That's crazy. This, I think, ties into the Samurott. This is perfect. All right, we're going into Metal type. Galarian Meowth. Fury Swipes. Flip 3 coins. Does 10 for each heads. Berserker, Gyro Ball. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, same thing, you switch one of your opponent's Pokemon. So you dish out 70 damage, and then you swap and you force them to swap. Kind of a huge fan there. Galarian Stunfisk. This Pokemon gets plus 20 HP for each metal energy attached to it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. Okay, Dina, if you're listening, give us this. Give us this. Dialga, Galarian Stunfisk. Bro's gonna be at 990 HP. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, dude, imagine winning because they can't like you literally need nothing else. You play 1 Dialga and you bench 1 Stunfisk and you ramp it until your Dialga goes down. And then once it goes down, you just bring this guy in, Nurse Joy, add him in, and just keep it alive with potion and cape it as well. Oh my god, that's so funny, dude. You're guaranteed plus 40 every turn. These are crazy. These are so good, man. All right, Corviknight here. Steel Wing, 90 damage during your opponent's next turn. They can't retreat, so this traps them. How will this... Oh, there's an EX! How will this react with TRG? You might just lose everything. So, like, if you have 110 damage, but your HP is like 1,000,000 because of the thing, and then they hit the coins, they hit the coins with TRG, and you just get knocked out. That'd be a really interesting interaction. But now it's time for Corviknight EX. First of all, the art, phenomenal. Again, you need to teach me how you do this. This is amazing. 180 HP, Unnerve. Whenever your opponent attaches an energy from their energy zone to one of their Pokemon, this is a Darkrai counter. This is a Darkrai counter. Nah, he cooked. He cooked. Bro cooked. Oh my god. This is insane. I love this card so much. Nah, this is crazy. This is actually insane. Whenever your opponent attaches an energy from, oh, it's so good. Metal Sound, 100 damage. I love this. And also the crazy thing is you can do this from your bench. Unnerve. Oh, dude, it's an anti-Misty. Oh my god, if they get lucky with Misty with like, oh my crazy. Giratina's cooked. This again was before Giratina. Yo, Dina, I've said this multiple times. I'm just saying, if you're here somewhere, give us this. This is a phenomenal ability. Here's the EX rainbow border. Pretty nice. All right, we have Kufint, Stampede for 52 metal energies. Uparaja, Power Press 100 plus if this Pokemon has at least 1 extra energy attached. So if it has 5 energy, it does 160. That's not bad. Big Dura Baby, Pulverization. This Pokemon can be affected. Oh, watch out, Arceus. There's a new sheriff in town, and it's got a wagon in the back that it's dragon. Get it? Because it's a dragon type. Anyway, Duralubeam, 100 for 3 metal. Not too bad. Zacian. Oh, I forgot. These Pokemon are going to be in here, yo. Intrepid Sword. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may take a metal energy from your energy zone. Listen. All I can think of is Stunfisk. All I can think of is the Stunfisk meta. With this Stunfisk and throw in a Corviknight EX, and I am the happiest lad alive. All right, Zamazenta, Retaliate 70 plus. If you have no supporter cards in your discard pile, this attack does 100 more damage. Oh my god. So pretty much you play a deck with 0 supporters, okay? And you ramp this guy, and he just starts one-shotting everything. That's crazy. Oh, we're going into dragon types. All right, we have Gumi here for Life Dew, heal 20, respectable. Hisui and Sliggoo. I forgot about this guy. Gooey, once during your turn, you may heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. And it's water and metal energy for Flash Cannon, respectable. And then we have Hisui and Gudra. 160 swelling pulse, 80 plus. If this Pokemon was healed during this turn, this attack does 80 more damage. So like you heal first, you evolve, and now you're dishing out 160 when you evolve. Applin, roll out for a grass fire. Okay. Flapple, acid spray, they burn them for 80. Appleton, they heal for 20, but dish out 80 as well. Dreepy, oh, please tell me Dragapult's gonna be insane. Okay, quick attack, 10 plus. Flip a coin if heads, 20 more damage for Psychic. Dracoloak, Dragon Rush for 50. Psychic Fire, that makes sense. First Body, if any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin if heads. Excuse me, what? If any damage is to be done, you flip a coin and say, just kidding. That's so good. It's kind of like Bastodon though, right? But better. All right, here's the Dragapult. Discard 1 fire energy attached to this Pokemon for Dragon Dance 120. Honestly, respectable. Oh, they did it to us, guys. Oh, they did it to us. Our first Dragon EX Pokemon would be so sick. Dragapult EX. Sunny Day, 50 for Psychic, Fire, and then Hex here. For 2 Psychic and 1 Fire is 120 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, it does an additional 50. So that is 170 right here. That's pretty sick. I like this a lot. Oh, look at this full art right here. It's beautiful. Oh, Eternatus. I'll never be able to say its name right. Cosmic Power, discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 to 1. Oh my god. So it's literally Luxray, but for dragon types, unfortunately. That's not bad, right? That's pretty good. I like it. Oh, it's Eternatus EX. Oh my god. 150. Remember when I said 200? I take it back. 150 makes a lot of sense today. Power Accelerator for 20. Take 1 dark energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched poke. Oh, so this is a self-ramper itself. Bro, Grimmsnarl is insane. Grimmsnarl in Eternatus EX is insane, you guys. Oh my god. Mysterious Wave. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Darkrai, you're right. Darkrai becomes 140. Does 40 every single turn. I didn't even think about that. For each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's pretty solid. Gelate. And here's a second immersive. Oh, this one would be sick. Probably also extremely terrifying. We have Regidrago still. A Grass, Fire, Apex Dragon. Choose an attack from a dragon Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. So here's a quick cook for custom cards that don't exist. Regidrago and Grimmsnarl's basic form, Impidimp, where we flip and discard the opponent, but also discard our own cards. And then when we can, we play this. Oh, that's kind of fire. No pun intended. All right, we're moving on to Colorless Energy. Teddy Ursa, Baby Doll Eyes. I think this is the last archetype or type for Pokemon, and then we'll be going into the trainer cards. Baby Doll Eyes, they can't retreat, 10 damage. Ursaring, love this art. Hyper Voice for 80 for 3 energy. 160 Ursaluna, Heavy Slam, 200 minus. This attack does 20 less damage for each colorless energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. That's an interesting concept right here. That's a very interesting concept. It's still doing a lot of damage though, right? Because if they're not a 4 energy retreat, they're getting one shot by this. Minus actually exists. No, it does. It does in the official TCG. So minimum 120, true. But I think there was a Pokemon that said your opponent's active Pokemon has more retreat costs potentially, right? Grimmsnarl. All right, Stantler, takedown, 10 damage to itself, 30 damage to the opponent. Wordier, as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, once during your turn, you may draw a card. Oh, that's busted. Any sort of draw support in a 20 card game is going to be absolutely nuts. This would be a must-have. And here it is, Hisuian Zoroark. Illusory Hijacking, 60x. This attack does 60 damage for each of your opponent's EX Pokemon in play. So it's the Meowscarada we got, but so much better. Because if they have 2 EXs, they're cooked. Oh man, and it's a colorless. This literally is the anti-EX Pokemon card. It can be slotted into any deck. Yeah, Darkrai, sorry, bud. You're not chilling anymore with us. Next up is Rufflet Chirp. Search your deck for 1 Pokemon with a weakness to lightning. Reveal them and put them into your hand. I feel like it would have to be random. I don't think you can. They haven't shown us yet. I don't think they've given us an option to choose a specific card. Every time we have to bring a card from our deck, it's always at random. And I think they're going to continuously go with that in the future. So maybe swap that to like a random weakness. Electric. Hisui and Bravery. If this Pokemon has any psychic energy attached to it, this attack does 30 more damage. That's Squovit. Endeavor. Flip a coin. If heads, discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Greedent. Greedy Tail. When this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may search your deck for a random card, reveal it. Wait, how do you search for a random card? Maybe I'm just not understanding. It's a draw one. You get, okay, got you. And put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Bullet Seat, 20x, flip 4 coins. For each heads, you do 20 damage. Rookidee, Taunt, move 1 random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon to one of their benched. Oh, if they're trying to get their guy online, that sucks. I love it. Corvus Squire, before doing damage, discard all Pokemon tools from your opponent's active Pokemon. Wooloo, this is so cute. Defense Girl, flip a coin. Defending Pokemon can attack your opponent's next turn. Let's see here. Body Slam, 120 for 3 energy. This Pokemon also deals 30 damage to itself. Indeedee, dare I say, Energy Kinesis, attach up to 2 psychic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. This is a colorless that goes in. No. This is crazy. This is so good. Mewtwo's balanced by discard pile. It is. It has to be discard pile. All right, here we go. Items time. Rare fossil. It's literally like any other fossil, but it evolves into any of those cool Pokemon. Tool Scrapper. What does this do? Choose up to 2 Pokemon tools attached to Pokemon, yours and your opponent's, and discard them. I like that. That's pretty good. XP Share, a new Pokemon tool. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may attach an energy from that Pokemon in the discard pile to the Pokemon this card is attached to. Wait, hold up. What? You may attach an energy from that Pokemon in the discard. Okay, so it helps you ramp your next Pokemon. Gotcha. Rescue Board. The retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 1 less. If that Pokemon's remaining HP is 20 or less, it has no retreat cost. I like this. Rescue Board. Listen, shout out. Love this card. This needs to exist. Galarian Chestplate. All right, this I did not have on my bingo card. I'll tell you. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has Galarian or Galar in the name, it takes 20 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. No, actually, I like this. This is pretty good. I like this a lot. Metal Frying Pan. Is this Brock? Is this related to Brock at all? The metal Pokemon this card is attached to takes 20 less damage from your opponent's attacks and has no weakness. Yo, Stunfisk meta. Stunfisk meta. All my Stunfisk lovers, please stand up. Please stand up. We about to cook literally with this. Vitality Band. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 10 more damage to your opponent's, I like this, active Pokemon. All right, we're going into supporter, guys. Hop. Yo, this is so good. Put 1 random Wooloo, Silicobra, or Toxel from your deck into your hand. So it's like Galactic Grunt. Bea, during this turn, the attacks used by your Phalanx, Grapploct, or Surfetched do 20 more damage. So this is like Blaine. Chloe, I don't even know who this is. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 3 cards. So it's almost like Iono. Fossil Researcher, search your deck or your discard pile for a trainer card that has Fossil in its name, or a stage 1 or stage 2 evolution card that evolves from a Fossil. Show it to your opponent. So this is literally just like your Rampardos is the top meta if this exists. Rampardos decks are gonna go crazy for 1 energy. Next up is Go. Search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Searching 2 cards in 1 turn? Oh, I forgot these cards, these guys even existed. Sword Ward and Shieldbert. Choose a trainer card from your discard pile, then ask your opponent if you may put it into your hand. Wait, what? Is there an effect like this in the game? This feels like MetaZoo. Excuse me, sir. May I please add this card? May I please add this Cyrus that'll guarantee me the win? Please, sir. I love what you've done with the place. I love this. Oh man, I love this. This is so silly, dude. It's okay. It's from the actual TCG. Got asked nicely. I'd be like, hey, dude, I love your eyebrows today. Do you think I can add this Sabrina? real quick. I know it's gonna help, but no. Okay, that's fine. Okay, no, it's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I thought I'd ask. You know, closed mouths don't get fed. Draws 2. Oh, there's a Sabrina. I love it, dude. I actually love it. It's so silly. All right, and then here's the Gold Crown Enamorous EX and the Eternatus EX. And there you guys have it. That is the full set of Horizon or Turnova Horizon. Shout out to I Am Divine for creating this. This is a masterpiece. Listen, bud, if you ever create any more and you want me to cover them, this was a ton of fun. I think everybody here enjoyed it, including myself. What do we think? These cards are amazing. Let me know in the comments, guys. But yeah, that's going to be a massive W for a video. I love this set. Phenomenal, phenomenal work.